Okay, so I'm Win, and you're here with me going over savings goals, specifically sinking funds worksheet. What we're going to do is we're going to go over a couple of the savings goals I have and how they're broken down so that I can keep track of them month by month. All right, so right at the top, we've got summer and winter camp. All right, that needs to be paid by May of next year. The total amount that we need to be ready for summer and winter camp is $720. We got 5 months to save. It's going to cost $144 a month, and we're getting started right away. Now, the next one is ever so slightly different. For back to school, we're pushing out 3 months from now. So we're not... that doesn't start...
No, it's starting. We're just, you can't save during the summer because...
Oh, yes. Okay. So it'll help you to know about me that I am a substitute teacher and I have 3 boys, hence paying for summer and winter camp and back to school. But for the summer months, there's no guarantee that I'll be able to keep up the same kind of work. Now I'll be doing something because I can't sit still, but that doesn't mean I'll be making... I can't count on the same money I make during the year to keep going during the summer. So for prudence sake, we plan on not making that kind of money in the summer and getting all the savings done now, which is why it looks like that. The fact remains, I'm going to need to budget about $250. Thank you, by the way, for catching that. Mm-hmm. I'm good at other things. Got 5 months to save up. And that comes down to needing $50 a month. And we're getting started right away. Then, of course, there's 3 boys. That means 3 boys worth of kids' clothes and 3 boys worth of furniture. Their current dresser is not going to maintain. There's 3 of them in 3 drawers, and it's just not going to be enough. So in the next 8 months, you're going to save up about $600. That comes out to $75 a month. We're going to make this happen. Again, we're getting started right away. Now, there's the matter of a personal loan. This is the only number in here that's very specific because it's very specific. Everything else on this list, and we'll get to those, is a nice roundish number because we're trying to have a realistic sense of what I'm likely to try to spend and then balance that against what I actually make. So with that in mind, this is going to be started 3 months out from now, and I'll explain why in a moment, but that's going to take 5 months to save up. We're going to start that in April, and it's going to be $277 a month in 3 months. There's the emergency fund. That needs to be ready this time next year. God, it's a pretty number, but it hurts to look at. Gonna have 9 months to save this up.
$3,000. Say it out loud.
$3,000. You're gonna make me say it. You're gonna make me say it out loud. $3,000. Mm-hmm. 9 months to save that up. That comes out to a nice round $334 a month. Why is that not hard to say? Because it's not $3,000. Okay, well it is. Never mind. Moving on. We're gonna start that right away. Then there's the vacation fund. Okay, this is immediately nicer to deal with. That needs to be ready in 3 months, and that's going to be $1,500, and $1,500. Got 3 months, $500 a month. It's worth it. It's got to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. The wedding. That has to be ready by Halloween of 2025, and we need at least $2,000 to make that happen the way it's supposed to. It's going to be 16 months from now. That means saving $125 a month. Yes, we're getting started on that right away. And
to be clear again, that's not 16 months from now. That's oh my goodness. That's 16 months of saving because summers are not included.
Thank you. I'm good at other things. Gifts, just because I am such a holly jolly one, it's in my nature to want to give gifts. In order to make this all work, we had to take this down from 500 to 300 because let's try to be more realistic. We don't have that kind of money to spend. I don't have that kind of money to spend. That's going to take up, that's 8 months worth of savings. Mm-hmm. Thank you for correcting that.
Yep.
And that comes out to about $38 a month. All of this is doable. This had to be revised a couple times in order to get to these numbers. But given what I make, and I'm very set in my work, my employment is very reliable, but we do have to save things very carefully. We have to save things very intentionally. Or, nope, I'm not even going to speak to the alternative.
Okay. So, now it's my turn. Hi, I'm Bo. I do not work in education, so I don't have the same constraints on summers not being the same income. I make the same regardless. So my savings are a little more straightforward. And I also have a lot more to save for. So let's get into it. The first thing that's kind of important is registration and license. This is my car registration, my license, my driver's license replacement, my city sticker, because we live in Chicago and Chicago requires, what do they call it, a wheel tax? I think it's the city sticker's a wheel tax. I think that's what it is. I can't remember exactly, but it says on the paperwork, whatever. But have to get that every year. Have to get passports replaced, all that jazz. I put all of that in the same category because it's kind of a rolling, revolving thing with varying deadlines, and I don't want to have 5,000 savings goals. So, I want to have that by October of 2024, and that's $400 total to save, 12 months, $34 a month. I started in October, and I actually completed this. So I fully funded this goal in November. So that's great. And then subscriptions, and registration, license, and subscriptions, these are every year. So in 2025, I'm going to reset this again. So I still wanted to go through it, even though it is technically fully funded already for 2024. But subscriptions, and this is several annual subscriptions, including Amazon, Costco, what else? I have
Netflix?
No, Netflix is every month. These are my annual
annuals,
are my annual subscriptions. So there's Amazon, Costco, I have a cleaning app that that helps me keep track of cleaning. There's a bunch of them. But that is $450. I had 12 months to save it, $38 a month. I started that in October, finished it in November. I was pretty focused. I was pretty determined. And then the phone bill is next. So I pay that every 12 months. That is not fully funded yet. But by December of 2024, I need $784. That was 14 months total from when I started, $56 a month. And this is for both of our phones. So this is 2 phone lines, $56 a month. I started it in October and not done yet. So it's going to take, I think, like 1 more month. I think I'm going to finish this in January. And then car insurance, this is every 6 months. So the first due date for that is going to be March. That's $1,539. 5 months to save that up from when I started. That's $308 a month. And yes, I know my car insurance is very high. I'm not happy about it. I can't do much about it. it'll go down eventually, but for now, it's kind of astronomical. Started that in October, not done yet. But it should be done. I should be done saving this up before the due date. I'm on track. And then car maintenance. This is essentially my car's emergency fund. The first 2 years, because I just got a new car in September. The first 2 years of regular schedule maintenance are for free through the dealership. However, if I blow out a tire, brakes go out, like anything like unexpected, I still have to pay for that. So I am trying to save up a total of $4,000 in as of October. I still needed $3,113. And I wanted to do that in the 2 years of free maintenance. So that was 23 months total of saving and $136 a month. Now, I have not made nearly as much progress as I originally planned to make in this particular fund, but it's okay. It's okay. I've been focusing on the annuals, so we'll get there. And then the next one is Christmas, and this is, of course, I need to have it by December of next year. $500, 12 months to save, and $42 a month starting in January. So starting now, basically.
Are we going to mention how that gets funded? Because this last year you crushed it with the change, the noms.
Yes, but it's not going to be noms this year.
Okay.
It's not going to be noms this year. So now
that was going to be his time to shine.
His noms is Halloween now.
He has a name.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Earnings Hemingway. Yes. My piggy bank. Earnings Hemingway is saving up for Halloween. So there is no specific goal necessarily that like I'm working towards in a way where I'm like setting aside extra money. This is just whatever change I get is going to go towards Halloween next year. And it's
going to be good.
Yes, I am going to track it, but I'm not like specifically saving up for it. So, as I was, Christmas, $500, $42 a month, starting now. Then emergency fund, that I'm trying to save $1,000 a year towards my emergency fund. I eventually do want to get up to 6 months of pay as my emergency fund. But, you know, there are going to be some emergencies along the way, but I still want to be in the habit of putting money in there. So, $1,000 a year, that's $84 a month. It's not bad, especially compared to the $334 a month. But
show off.
I already have some. I have a substantial emergency fund at this point already.
We'll call it robust.
Robust. I have an emergency fund already. I'm just trying to add $1,000 a year to it. So I have less to save for that. I also make less money than one does, but it's more reliable because I still get paid the full amount during the summers. Any case, and then for school, I do want to go back to school. I want to save an additional $5,000 for that by September of 2025. And that's 23 months of savings total, $218 a month. I have not saved much for this yet. But again, I've been focusing on the actual like bills, which are the first four. So I will get to this and I will get this $5,000. It's going to happen. I'm determined. And then next is furniture. The table that this is on right here,
It's not what we like.
it's wobbly. It's wobbly. It has glass panels. Wynn has 3 boys. So currently that's 2 9-year-olds and a 6-year-old.
Yes.
And glass panels in a coffee table is not, it's not a great idea. It's not a great idea. It's not what we like.
It's not what we like.
Especially on a wobbly table. So I do want to replace that and have some money set aside for other various furniture that may get broken or or like messed up along the way because life happens, right? At some point I'd also like to have a real dining room table. Like, that would be phenomenal. We currently have a folding table as our kitchen/dining table, whatever you want to call it. It's a big folding table, but it's a folding table nonetheless. Not the sturdiest. We're working on it. But that's 15 months of total saving, $34 a month. And then we have vacation. Vacation is not starting right away. So this I'm going to start saving for after our cruise is done. So we're both going to go on a cruise in March.
We are.
That's why the deadline for his is March of this year, of 2024. But that's why I'm going to start in March of 2024, saving for our next vacation. And I want to save for that by January of 2026. So that's $2,000, 22 months total of saving, $91 a month. Doable, reasonable. And then our wedding, again, just like him, goal is to have this money saved by Halloween of 2025 because that's when our wedding's going to be. It's $2,000 total, 24 months of saving, because I started in October of this year. So I do have longer to save than him, which is why I'm only saving $84 a month. And then at some point we want to get a house and I'm going to need to replace my car. So those are nebulous goals in the future that are not starting anytime soon. But at some point we do want to get a house, and my car is probably going to die in like 15 years or so.
Sure, with that attitude.
Yeah. So, I do want to keep in mind that at some point, like, I don't currently have a car loan, but at some point, this car, it's not going to last me forever, so I'm going to have to start saving for a new one. And we want to get a house at some point, because currently we're renting, and a 3-bedroom apartment for a family of 5 is not ideal. This is not a big apartment, and
It's medium-ish.
yeah, at some point we're gonna want to upgrade. So, that is that. Those are our goals, and this is how we're gonna meet them. This is how the maths.
Mm-hmm.
At least for this next year. Some of these, of course, are going to get recycled every year, but some are one time only, and I don't know. I think this is doable. I think we can do this. What do you think?
Oh, I'm very confident.
Okay. In any case, I think that's it. Thank you for staying as long as you did. I appreciate you so much. And don't forget, you deserve financial stability, and I hope you have a great day on purpose.
You deserve good things. I love you. Thanks for watching.
Bye.